What are some street smarts everyone should know? Part 2. For most people, just keeping your head on a swivel and being aware of what's around you would be a big help. Put your phone in your freaking pocket. Source: grew up in the hood. Edit: /u/specific fail said look like you belong, and I agree 100%. If someone offers you drugs, you say thank you. They're really expensive nowadays. If you feel uncomfortable in a metro/underground car, slip out as the doors are closing. For bonus security, travel back 1 to 3 stops. Then resume your journey. Having been mugged once, I'm gonna make M work for it if there is a next time. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Stay safe. Utilize the retail store's big reusable bag to hide an expensive purse when walking at a sketchy section in the city. If you hold yourself in an imposing way, you are less likely to be messed with. I get that not everyone is 6'6" and walks very upright, but a little bit of confidence in your walk can help. Shut your fucking mouth. It doesn't matter how angry you are or what they said to you. Shut your fucking mouth and walk away. Bruised ego is better than shot dead. Everyone respects true crazy. I once was approached in downtown by a man asking for all my money. I looked him square in the eyes and blurted out something like blah blah blah. He walked away and I kept my monies. Edit: thank you for the award. I hope this comment can help at least one person. P.S. My first silver. Before using any ATM, tug hard on the plastic card reader. Scammers often put a fake one on top that steals your info. Situational awareness. Always. Everywhere. If you are walking alone at night and you feel like you're being watched/followed, start talking to yourself loudly about crazy shit. Make it a conversation even. OMG, did you see her dress? That dress was so crazy long. Like, how could she walk? Let alone walk in that grocery store. And those cheap plastic shoes. I own those cheap plastic shoes. Are you saying I'm cheap? If the cheap plastic shoe fits, honey, I'll admit to doing this. I used to work graveyard shifts, and you gotta be aware. Most people, no matter how bad, try to avoid crazy. Crazy will hurt you back. Edit to add: the only place this technique didn't work was when I worked in Vegas. 'Cause crazy there is way crazier than I'll ever act/look. If she says you don't need a condom, wear a fucking condom. Now I've thrown him off his rhythm. If you're driving and hit black ice, just take foot off gas, but don't brake until the slide stops. Every answer on the street in a not so nice area is no. Hey, can I have a cigarette? No. Hey, you got the time? No. Hey, can I borrow your phone to make a call? No. And #X200B. Stick up men wanna see your hands. If they can see your hands, they know you don't have a weapon and will be easier to rob. Adults do not ask children for help. If someone asks your shoe size, start walking, LOL. Just because someone is friendly with you doesn't mean they have a good heart. Edit: you shouldn't have wasted your rewards on this comment. I plan to delete my account soon. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. Always ask for only one scoop of ice cream first, because they make single scoops bigger. Then act like you changed your mind and ask for a second scoop. They will be pressured to match the size of the first scoop, providing you with a massive amount of ice cream. This reminds me of a comedian who was saying the best way to stay safe in a rough neighborhood is to fake a Russian accent, cause Russians are terrifying. If you're walking and someone approaches, don't break stride. You can carry on a conversation while walking. But people who are looking to proselytize, sell you something, or mug you will want you to slow or stop to address them. If they want to chat, make them keep up with you. You can even tell them that you're in a rush but would love to talk and walk. They'll likely find someone more stationary. Because if you can make a person slow, you can make them stop. If you can make them stop, you've already adjusted their priorities and placed yourself at the top. It's a subtle power game. Keep going where you're going, and you retain your power. Stop and cat. and you've given it up and opened yourself to possible problems. Don't tell even close friends the amount of money you have on you. I was set up by an 18-year-old female co-worker this week. She seemed like a sweetheart and was giving me rides to work for a few days. I asked on the Monday if we could go to bank as I needed to cash a check for roughly $4,500. Minutes after dropping me near house, I was robbed at gunpoint of everything by two guys. They knew how much they were looking for. The robber said he watched me leave bank, but the police saw on camera near home that they had been waiting for me for an hour. One of the robbers was her ex/current boyfriend, it turns out. Be aware of your surroundings and trust your gut. Women should not be afraid to appear rude. The book Gift of Fear has lots of great info. If there is one house that looks occupied on a mostly empty street with burnt down houses, that's a trap house. Never drink/do drugs in situations you don't know about. Could be someone spikes it, takes advantage by robbing, rape, kidnapping, whatever it is. Always be paying attention. Edit misspelled word. Edit 2. Everyone's talking about the drugging, which is good awareness, and it's sad to hear so many stories. I just wanted to emphasize the always be paying attention part too. Don't let anything take your attention away when you're in a new/potentially dangerous situation. I should have elaborated more on that too. If you are in any sort of confrontation and someone balls their fist and looks away for a second, or even just looks away for a second, you should be prepared for the possibility of a sucker punch. If you're ever locked up and some of the guys are playing cards and you happen to see a card fell into one of their laps, don't try and be helpful and point out that they dropped a card. Is that stranger being overly nice to you? Are you on the sidewalk? Are you alone? The reason it feels like something is wrong is because something is wrong. Lock your doors as soon as you're in your car. When walking in an unfamiliar city or trail, look back regularly. It will help you to remember landmarks that will guide you back home. Don't ever tell the cab driver you don't know where you're going. I grew up in a pretty rough neighborhood in Chicago, and probably the best thing you should do when walking by yourself at night is pay attention to every car. Usually they'll drive past you and scope you out. If you look like a target, you'll see that car again. Or they'll meet you farther down your path while you're walking past an alley. Always be ready for something when walking past an alley and stay close to the houses. That way, if anything's suspicious, you can run into a backyard. One, situational awareness would probably be the biggest thing I'd stress to people. These days everyone's so buried in their phones, they don't pay attention. 2. Walk with a purpose. Act like you belong and you're 100% in charge of your shit. This combined with 1 will probably keep you out of trouble 99% of the time. 3. If you can control the situation. Your gut instincts are often right. And when they're telling you to leave, you should. Sometimes people prevent that from happening. But as a general rule, I try to control the situation by leaving. I'll try again and again. Asphalt is the world's most recycled material. You might be correct when you have the right of way, but you're still the one that's going to be dead when you get whacked by the car if you're walking or on your bike. The only people who ever truly win fights are those who successfully avoid them. Learn how to negotiate when buying a vehicle. Walk around your car before you get into it. Keep your head up and be alert. Or at least look alert. FFS. Turn off your car and take the keys with you when you stop at a store or gas station. Nobody approaches you on the street because they want to do something for you. It's always because they want something from you. Phone and wallet in front pockets, if possible, to help prevent pickpockets. Eye contact. A lone assailant will often use the element of surprise to their advantage. If you're walking alone and someone is following you, make eye contact to let them know that you are aware of them. This will often dissuade them from attacking. This tactic has worked for me in the past. When it comes to knife fights, the loser dies in the street, the winner dies in the hospital. Look up and notice if street lights have been shot out or smashed. If so, avoid those areas at night, there's a reason they've been disabled. Street smarts to give your kids, if you get lost. Find the closest adult with kids. I saw this in action once at Disneyland when a 4-year-old kid approached me and my kiddos while we were eating. She joined us very calmly, introduced herself, and said her parents gave her the above advice. I heard her parents shouting her name not long after, and the relief on their faces was a sight. Pay attention when you cross the street on foot. No matter who has the right of way, the vehicle will destroy you, lightly or heavily. Thanks. Here are a few of street smarts that makes it harder for pickpockets to steal your stuff. Asterisk, do not keep your wallet in the back pocket of your jeans. This is a super easy place for pickpocket to take it from. Asterisk, when in crowded touristy areas it sometimes is better to wear your backpacks or purses to the front of your body. If you sit down in a restaurant, keep your backpack in front of your feet. Asterisk, be especially aware of your belongings when there is a bit of pushing, like when entering a subway or metro wagon. Asterisk, be alert in situations where a potential group of thieves try to distract you, for example by asking you for directions on a map. While you are distracted by showing the person the directions, another thief will open your bags and take your stuff without noticing. Asterisk edit, another thing to look out are people in European cities asking for cash donations for the blind, deaf or handicapped. The huge majority of them are not for real charities but just to A, get some money from me, and B, more importantly for an accomplice to see where you store your wallet. Thanks for watching.